Critical thinking, reading and writing are all skills that you're going to have to develop while you're at university. Whatever subject you study, you're going to have to engage with information and evidence from a variety of sources, such as academic books, journals or websites. Thinking critically means having an open mind about that information rather than just accepting what you read on the page. And it means considering other points of view. Where possible, try and use the most up-to-date sources that you can so that that can help you use credible evidence in your written work. Here are 3 ways to develop your critical thinking and reading skills. Number 1, read first and write later. Think about the topic and do your research first, rather than trying to write your assignment and then use references to fill in the gaps. It's really important that you do that reading and think about what the evidence is suggesting rather than coming to your own conclusions without doing that. 2/3 of your time should be working on an assignment in terms of reading, thinking about that and making connections. The final third is the writing, not the other way around.
Tip number 2 is to try using a reading template to keep track of what your reading says. So you can download our Track Your Reading template from our website and fill that in on your computer or print it out and handwrite. And what this does is it helps you remember where your sources are from and also what they say. So this can help you see the strengths and weaknesses of each source. It can also help you see how the sources are speaking to each other and connect the research that you've done.
Point 3, organise your reading. Use your notes to get an idea of the main arguments in your reading. How are those arguments helping you with your assignment? Does the reading broadly agree on a number of points, or are there key differences that you need to highlight?
Some questions to consider while you're reading. Purposeful reading can help with critical thinking because it helps you read actively rather than passively. So you want to think about why you're reading what you're reading rather than just what it is the information says. So you want to ask yourself, what are the main points that this article is making, and also is this a reliable source of information? For example, if you're using something from a Google search, you might want to think if you could find a journal article that would be more reliable. When reading evidence, try and take notes on these things: the main argument that's being made, the evidence that's being presented, the methodology that's used to carry out the research, the conclusions that the piece of evidence makes, and whether there are any limitations within the research. Also, consider whether there is a logical order in which to discuss your points. Working this way allows you to organise your writing in a way that makes sense to the reader and guides them through the discussion. Remember that you can make an appointment with an academic skills advisor to discuss critical thinking and reading. You can also watch the videos on our website and look at more content there.